Pet and I are here interviewing Ann Torregrossa. She's the Vice President of the Board of Directors for Safe Voices. Hi.
Hi.
So we're here and we just want to ask you a few questions. We want to talk about what it is that you do and why you do it.
So I'm on the Board of Directors of Safe Voices. I've been on for 5 years now. And I've been vice president for 2, and I also sit on the personnel committee, and the board of directors sort of oversees the agency. We have an amazing executive director, so we support her and oversee her to a certain degree. We take care of financials, we keep an eye on financials, we participate in fundraisers, we help promote the agency and deal with whatever issues come up that require sort of board attention. On the personnel committee, we deal with personnel issues, whether it's writing a new handbook or doing employee surveys or dealing with any personnel challenges that come up that the agency might face.
What's an example of a challenge that the organization might face?
So domestic violence is just a huge issue in the community and in the state. A majority of the homicides are domestic violence related, and even in this day and age, domestic violence is really an unseen problem to a certain extent. So we support victims trying to get protection from abuse orders in court. We have a shelter for victims who are fleeing bad situations, and then we also work to break the cycle. We go into schools and we train. We talk to students, very age appropriate, anything from bullying issues for real little kids to dating violence with teens, trying to break that cycle before it starts. One of the biggest issues, or I shouldn't say a big issue, is sometimes the lack of understanding of domestic violence. It doesn't necessarily have to be physical abuse. It doesn't necessarily have to be a dating partner. It doesn't necessarily have to be a heterosexual couple. It affects children in a huge, huge way. So we have a lot of programs targeted towards assisting families. And recently, honestly, budget cuts are always, every nonprofit that you would talk to would tell you that budget cuts are a big deal. When the economy tanked in 2008, it impacted everyone, and particularly nonprofits.
Okay, where would you say the needs are, and what could someone do if they wanted to get involved and help?
So the needs are everywhere. We have an amazing staff of mostly licensed clinical social workers, not all, but a lot. We have some educators who are fabulous, and we rely very heavily on volunteers. And volunteers, everything from one-off projects, such as we have our big walk coming up on June 1st, and I hope everybody comes or at least donates to our walk, and we're doing our first 5K run, which is very exciting. So we can use volunteers for one-off projects like that. We have some volunteers who support us at shelter. Some people come in and do crafts with the kids or any specialty skills you might have. Some help out around the office just doing filing or paperwork. And then we have our helpline volunteers. So Safe Voices runs a 24-hour domestic violence helpline, and we are only able to do that with volunteers. So we have volunteers who take anywhere from 2 hours a week to be on call to more than that. We have Bates students who have graduated, who have moved to all different corners of the United States, who still take helpline calls. And so there's always a way to get involved. We have an amazing volunteer resource coordinator, Kim Preble, and getting in touch with her, she can get you hooked into volunteer opportunities.
Okay, and the easiest way to get involved is to call or to visit the website?
Absolutely. So we're on safevoices.org, and our phone number is right there, and everyone would love to talk to you.
Great. Thank you, Ann.